Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Silent Hunter 5. Now, where we last left off, we were pulling ourselves into a British port. In fact, we were pulling ourselves into this British port, Plymouth, to be exact. However, I've decided in my infinite wisdom, if it can be described as that anyway, that Plymouth here would be a much better target. Well, why is that, you ask? Well, basically just the geographic design of it. Nice little funnel here, so you'll be able to get a few more, well, a more concentrated area of ships. And if I remember correctly, Plymouth should be some sort of military or important port, whereas Falmouth was just sort of a average everyday port. Anyway, on our way to Plymouth to reposition, we have intercepted a merchant ship. So the way I see it, I don't know why sailing around with my observation periscope up. The way I see it, we might as well sink that guy. However, what I am going to do, instead of using the periscope, because for one freighter, that's kind of a waste of a torpedo, especially if we're going to be facing military ships in Plymouth. Let's just do it the old-fashioned way, shall we? Select that target. And, hey, Peter. Man the deck gun. Thank you. Alright. Just going to adjust my headphone volume ever so slightly. And let's try using the arrow keys.
5 degrees to port, radar. 5 degrees to port, radar. 5 degrees to port.
Alright, so we've gone like 15 degrees to port. There we go. That should be useful for leaving things like port. Yes, we're going to sink this guy, turn around, and go into Plymouth Harbor, and do a little bit of wrecking havoc with the Royal Navy.
Returning to course
now, and get ourselves in even better positions. That guy is a little guy, that is for sure. He's about 7 kilometers out, so that is a fair shot for the old deck gun. How about we secure the deck gun for now, and we'll wait until we get in range. So let's just go ahead and speed things up a little bit. And how are we doing now? 4 kilometers. That's better. It's still a ways out, but we can certainly, call me crazy. Now that's either the ship asset, sorry for leaning right into the microphone if that got louder. That is either the ship asset or it is an escort. And I think it might be an escort. Yes, indeed it is. Okay, so barreling at this guy. Yeah, not a good time to be barreling at that guy. Get under. Oh good, our tiger stripes are back. Okay, so yeah, so with presumably that destroyer was shooting at us there. Indeed, it certainly looks like they are. So with a destroyer in the region, it's obviously much better to dive down.
Taking damage. Diesel propulsion not functional. Compressor damaged.
Quickly,
Batteries
please.
damaged.
Quickly,
Underwater
please.
propulsion not functional.
Quickly, please.
Electric engines repaired. Pressure hull taking damage. Batteries damaged. Electric engines repaired. Pressure hull repaired.
All right.
Pressure hull repaired.
My God. Okay, at least we know
Motors. Recharging batteries.
we're able to take damage. So pretty much everything's a little bit shaken up. Worst off is our port diesel engine. So that's not really a good thing, but, you know, whatevs. At least we're under, and at least we're safe now. That destroyer cannot shoot at us. That was some sloppy subcommanding on my part. I should have assumed this close to port there'd be escorts all over the place. But of course, I didn't. And now this is where we're at. Alright, well we can still move in on the freighter here. That should not be too much of a concern, although I would imagine that this destroyer is going to be taking quite an interest in us. Let's just see. For some reason, his patrol circle is taking him off in the other direction. I'm not going to be one to complain about that. He can do what he feels he needs to. And we're getting closer into range on that freighter. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. I wanted the M button, not the period button. Okay, so let's just try and move in on this guy like so. There are an awful lot of submarine hunters in this area. Yes, okay. Let's slow her down. That is a Greek ship. And I mean, obviously they know that we're out and about. I'm not thinking that shooting on 3 here is going to be the best idea. But it is an option. Getting in closer is always a good thing. And we're getting very close, actually, to being in nice and close here. So, one of the comments asked what happens if you sort of fire behind. Well, let's find out. We're going to have to cut our engines here. In fact, we're going to have to probably back up a bit. Maybe quicker than that. Because if we do that... there we go. Stop. This should be a good... So, if we can see that's a nice lineup. If we just go a little bit behind, we'll see what this torpedo does. And the path that it takes. And indeed, it looks like it might...
Torpedo impact.
The number might represent the front of the ship. Being a little bit behind there, we got a little more central. Wow, we got very nice and central. If that had gone if I had just set that a little bit deeper, we may have been able to blow this ship in two. Regardless, I don't think this Greek ship is going to be surviving. Pretty sure that is destined for the bottom. The entire side is just disintegrated into nothingness. Call that a success. All right, now then, with a successful shot on a Greek freighter, we're gonna have to take a look at all these lovely destroyers that are out here. Now, how are we doing? 81% on our battery level. We have been using our engines quite a bit just to catch that guy, underwater of course, to make sure we don't get caught by any of those annoying escort ships that we are now going to be hunting. So, good news for that. What we're going to do, let the Defiance go find its position in targets, or at least reposition itself. We're going to watch this freighter work its way down to the bottom of the ocean. So I believe these guys, well, I mean, they're definitely going under now. Engines stopped. The ship, I mean, really, there's no hope. They did have a gun on here. Huh. It was an armed freighter. Just one gun on the rear, but, you know, still, good thing to miss. And I'm actually really glad that the destroyer has decided to just join up with the convoy there and completely ignore the U-boat that was just successful in sinking a freighter. But I guess in the Royal Navy's eyes, it was a Greek freighter, and really, who cares about that? Get ourselves up a little bit. Well, maybe like that? We'll see. We'll see what that does. And actually, for stealth purposes, let's make sure all of our periscopes are down. Perfect. We're traveling on battery power relatively quietly, so we should have plenty of time to watch this guy go under. One of the things that I do want to be sort of keeping my eye on, though, is just our battery level. Because the last thing we need is to run out of battery power while we're sitting there, you know, staring at Plymouth. And this guy is definitely going to be taking a while to sink. I mean, we've got the time, but Just the good old-fashioned shimmy underwater. Like, this thing is taking forever. Whatever could be taking so long, Greek freighter? Are you even listing? Little bit. Little bit, but it's just taking them a while to shake down and take on enough water to sink. My word. Sink already, would you? I guess the deck here is nicely awash, so we're not too much further from this guy going down. Would be nice to get some of that game music going on right now. There we go. Going under.
Minimum speed ahead.
No, you can go back.
Slow speed
to slow
ahead.
speed ahead. That was just my thumb hitting the wrong key. Almost perfect sinking there. Just going right under. Smooth as silk. All right. Now, what we need to do, I guess we can kick speed up a little bit.
Speed ahead.
How far out is that, anyway? 8 kilometers, or about 40 minutes out. And these destroyers look like this is going to be a relative normal patrol route here, which is good. Run aground, damn. Which could be interesting, because that might be a good spot to line up torpedo shots, depending on how far out that line is. I guess I could, guesstimate it at 8 kilometers from where I'm sitting. That won't be good. How's our battery levels? Are almost dead. That is also not good. All right, let's get out of the map view and load up our periscope. See what we can see. And I think we're out of visual range for any of those destroyers. So this entire trip from the freighter to here probably should have been done on the surface. Lesson learned. Yeah. Well, there's not going to be much we can do with 30% battery power. So I'm going to get myself into a better position. And I will be back once we're set and ready to sink some more ships. See you guys in a bit. All right, so my plan has been to just sort of sit here on the surface.
Yes, sir.
Man, the deck gun. And get our battery power up, get some repairs done. It's the dead of night. And while we've gained 4% battery power and obviously repaired quite a bit, we have attracted the attention of a torpedo boat. So, without further ado, we're going to unload on this little guy and see if we can't just,
Yes, sir.
Okay, you know what? Secure the deck then. Because we're not hitting him. And that's just a waste of munitions, really. What we're going to want to do, though, as this guy moves in quite quickly,
New waypoint.
is just turn ourselves around. Okay, you know what? Now is a good time to man that deck gun. Alright, there we go.
Pressure hull breached. All stop.
God damn it, come on.
Pressure hull repaired. Pressure hull taking damage. Pressure hull repaired.
Give me that.
Pressure hull
Drop it
taking damage.
down to like nothing and
Pressure
oh my
hull
God.
repaired. Pressure hull breached.
That
Pressure hull repaired.
should just freaking take care of this guy here.
Pressure hull breached.
How many freaking 88 shells can this guy take? Seriously, there we go. Alright. Woo! That was closer than I wanted it to be. Took a little bit of hull
Pressure
damage.
hull repaired.
But as Dieter has so helpfully informed us, the pressure hull has been repaired. I would imagine it's, got a couple of little nasty holes in it from the machine gun fire, but really Nothing all that important. So that's good. We took care of one of those annoying freaking torpedo boats. Bastard. There we go. That's a insult I can use. Yeah, so again, we're just going to sit back, repair any little damage that we can that was caused by this stupid torpedo boat, and let our battery power recharge so it's actually usable. 43%, still not quite enough to do much. So I'll be back when something exciting happens. And just as I hit that that button to stop recording, I hear a shell come flying over our heads. There's some very serious submarine mismanagement going on today. That is for sure. Let's get ourselves turned around.
2, 1.
And we are pretty much under, which is good. Because I do believe we've got a ship kind of right in front of us here. So let's bring up the old periscope, shall we? Thankfully, all the fresh holes in the hull are not enough to drop us down too much. All right, let's stop our maneuvering. That should be fairly good. Yeah, you can keep lobbing shells all you want there, but it's really not going to do much for you, I don't think. We got anyone else coming in to see us? Nope, just this guy, huh? Alright, for some reason I am unable to target him. Let's accelerate some time and see if that makes him targetable.
Target marked.
There we go. So we can see he is cruising at a brisk clip. So what we're going to want to do is get that set up. We're going to want to warm up the warheads. And this is going to have to be a quick launch without question. But if this hits, in fact, let's make sure of this. We'll set it to 1 meter.
1 meters.
Because we definitely want it to hit. And 3, 2, 1. Los. That may have been a fraction of a second too early. Dude's going at a very quick clip, so I am going to hope that such a... oh my.
Oh, stop.
It missed! Fucking evasive maneuvers, man. Yeah, this guy is definitely motoring. But I don't think he knows where we are, which is handy. Alright. Let's get this tube set and ready. Alright. He's slowing himself down now. And definitely going to be putting in his circles sooner than later. And we'll just have to wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it. And Los. Again, maybe a bit quick. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I can safely say there would have been a very good time to have those torpedo mines. I can also say let's use language, shall we? I can also safely say, 4th or 5th time's the charm on that one, that we need to get out of here as quick as we possibly can.
Depth under keel is 61 meters.
Okay, so we can safely go down to this depth. And then, quietly,
New waypoint. Course
maneuver ourselves out of here. and probably look for easier hunting grounds than this.
All stop.
A couple of failed setups here, but you know, we've learned a lesson, and we have sunk 2 ships. Granted, one was a Greek frigate, and the other was just a torpedo boat, but 2's better than nothing. So yeah, I'm going to be back once things calm down around Plymouth, and I get to a thanks for the save. Get to a new and better hunting location. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so over the course of the in-game evening and day, we sailed from Plymouth out over to here, and we have come in contact with, I believe, 2 warships. We're only showing 1 visually on the map, but there are 2 of them, thanks to the hydrophone. I am aware of that. So, calm, bright day, we're dropping down to periscope depth relatively quickly. They're still about 11 kilometers out, and we've been getting buzzed, of course, by hurricanes. A fair amount on the trip over, and we can see. I'm concerned by the size of those ships. I don't necessarily want to have to be going up against torpedo boats. Let's set ourselves to all stop and just see what is going on. Yep, torpedo boats. Well, all right. Can I have control? No? You're going to leave me stuck in minimap mode? Okay. We'll remove ourselves from the periscope view. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, so I don't know what their plan is, to be honest. I mean, obviously they can see us, and I mean, we can see them. But I don't know, like, they can't do anything to me. That's the thing, right? So these guys are kind of just sitting here, not doing anything.
Torpedo depth set to 1 meters.
All right, let's zoom in. So, if we take a look at this, right? Obviously, it's saying, "Hey, you're never going to be able to hit these guys." But I don't know. If we just do like. This is as high up as it'll go.
Torpedo depth set to 1 meters.
Right? So, I mean, what if we just did that?
2-5.
It goes under it. Okay. So that's what happens when you try and shoot torpedoes at torpedo boats, apparently. The torpedoes just go under, which is, you know, not ideal, for sure.
Depth set to 1 meters.
What it means is, you know, shooting these guys is going to be a pain. And because we're under, if we pop up, they're going to have a huge advantage, being that, you know, we can't really do anything to them until we get our 88 manned. And they can just mow us down with machine gun fire, basically, which is not cool. However, our hands are pretty much tied. So what we're going to want to do here is see if we can't surprise them. How are we going to do that? Well, there is one thing we can do. We can blow all our ballast, and that'll send us flying up much quicker. Now, I figure if I put some energy power or some engine power into it, we should rise up even quicker. That being said,
Blow all ballast.
let's just do it. So, all our ballast has been blown, and you can see we pop up pretty damn quick. What I'm going to want to do is get on deck as soon as possible And obviously these torpedo boats, they don't quite know what to do.
Recharging batteries.
And we're going to take advantage of that. Have we got any high explosives working? We do. Good. Whoa. Way too high up. We'll go 1. We'll go 2. We'll go 3. I don't even know if that hit. We'll go 4. There we go. So that's a couple more torpedo boats taken care of. I don't know why they didn't shoot at me. That seemed a little ridiculous. But hey, 2 more Royal Navy boats. And I mean, really, those are boats. There's no way you could ever consider one of those annoying little things to be a ship. Regardless, with those guys taken care of, let's head on up into the port and see what we can see.
Half speed ahead.
Alright guys, I will be back when we get into port range. Alright, so after taking care of those puny little patrol boats, we have moved in further into Plymouth, which was the original plan and probably what I should have done from the get-go. We've got, it would appear to be 2 destroyers sort of protecting the harbor here, but they're not moving, which certainly does make things easy. And I'd love to fire off a torpedo right now, but they're still 7.5 kilometers out. I'd like to get a little bit closer before we go off and... Are we even moving? Slowly, yes. Okay. So
bearing 26.
Let's just see, first off, how our battery power is doing. Relatively fine. Pull up our mini-map. And we are still, I'm going to have to pull that mini-map up again, aren't I? We're, 6 kilometers out. That's still a fair distance for a torpedo to travel. So let's get into, just closer. Let's get into just closer. That's a sentence right there. Okay. What do we got? 4.5 minutes for that torpedo. Give or take. Can we see the other escort? Way out over there. We still might be able to get some shots off. Now, let's see. 7-4. So we know we're about 4-ish minutes from that destroyer. Let's take a look at this guy. And if we set this for full speed, right at the top.
Set to 1 meters.
Okay. Let's
2, 1,
aim for the middle. Right? And now we'll switch over to tube 2. Well, actually, what we'll do first is just make sure, okay, that guy is definitely going to make his turn. Good. We'll switch over to tube 2. Put that up as high as we can. And set it to speed, I don't know, maybe we will go slow speed. It is a lot closer, and we will also put that amidship. Fire. So, we've got our 2 torpedoes inbound. Let's just see how they're looking. So considering the angle of that ship, I'm not sure if, oh, well, that torpedo, I guess, just exploded on the surface. Well, let's see if this guy will actually go in and hit. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it will. So let's go investigate. As we fly across, oh, beautiful hit. Right in the middle, that ship is going down. The unfortunate thing is, of course, they know that we are here. For sure. Ooh, that was a very nice hit. Square in the middle of the ship. No chance you're surviving that. No, no, no. Okay, so we're going to want to maneuver ourselves
Slow speed ahead.
like that for a shot on that destroyer. Keep going. No
Bearing
warnings on
303.
battery power, so that's good. How bad? How bad are we depth-wise? No, we're fine. What are you doing complaining? We're fine. All right, let's go and pull that guy up.
Closing tube 2. Torpedo depth set to 1 meters.
We should
Firing tube
be able to pull that off without issue. And then this guy, way over there, he's still a bit too far out, I'm going to say. But this torpedo, that
All stop.
should be a good hit. Oh, I guess we stopped because we reached... Okay, yeah. I'm on board with you now. So let's go up and follow this guy in. And there it is. Now, on a mission like this, I suppose electric torpedoes definitely would have been the preferred solution. And I guess I could, if I wanted, actually carry one or two of them. You know, one in a tube and a couple of spares. Because while I normally like the speed of the steam torpedo, in this case, an electric torpedo would have been just fine, and perhaps even better. One never knows. Slowly but surely, this is going to definitely hit its target. I'm impressed that with a destroyer over there sinking, these guys haven't been told to get to stations or even fire up the engines. They're still just sitting here. I don't know what they're waiting for. But,
Torpedo impact.
well, that was neat, wasn't it? It actually split it in twain and shot it up. Now, there is one thing I just want to check here. It looks like there might be a bit of... No, that's not damage. That's just part of the ship. Those little girders hanging off. I mean, this is obviously damage, though. Job well done. I think there's still... Indeed. There is still one destroyer left. And how are we doing on battery power? 38. My word, we're doing fine. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is position ourselves sort of like that.
New waypoint. Course 329.
And they're not really doing anything. Again,
All stop.
We're reaching course end.
they haven't gone to stations. They haven't fired up their engines. They're just sitting there. So why wouldn't I take advantage of this? Now, my curiosity is piqued because there's a little dot there. You can see, like, right above the H in ship on the line. Is that my torpedo range? If so, come on.
New waypoint.
We're going to want to get just a little bit closer.
Course.
All stop.
Okay, let's check. Yeah, we should be fine now. Okay, so same thing.
Torpedo depth set to 1 meters.
As
Torpedo
high as it
depth
can go.
Set to 1
We'll
meters.
warm up the warhead, and we'll put it amidship
Firing tube 1.
as always. And while that's firing off, we can go check on our targets. Definite headed for the bottom. And of course, the one that's been split in twain. There's probably not much left. In fact, there is nothing left, as we can see. It's already been eaten. It's already been swallowed by the depths. So that's good. This guy, not too much longer, and they'll be swallowed too. Yes, I imagine your sirens are going, but it's not going to do you much good. We've got our last torpedo, or our next torpedo coming in on the last destroyer in port. Let's just speed up time a little bit. And Nope, you're not gonna let me reposition the camera right now? That's too bad. Too bad. Oh well, we can still get kind of a good shot. Come on, torpedo. Oh, here it comes. Hello, lads. Oh, that guy is unlucky. Unlucky. All right, let's pop out and take a look at the damage. That poor guy walking, man. At least he went out quick, I would imagine. Not much of a chance that you'll survive, you know, a freaking torpedo exploding right below your feet. All right, well, that's destroyer number 3 down. And I think that's it for harbor defenses in this area. It's not down yet, which does concern me. That should be big enough. That should be a big enough hole to sink.
Tube 1, ready.
But, I could be wrong there. Regardless, I don't think this guy is going to be able to do anything, so we should be fairly safe to actually go and check out the port. We'll even risk surfacing. Why not? I guess why not, because those guys technically haven't sunk. So let's just make sure they're not shooting. Although I'm not sure how they could be shooting being on fire. I guess the rear guns would probably be functional still. But this guy, he's going to start listing, already starting listing really, and there's fire and big holes, and I think we should be safe. Famous last words, I realize. But they're definitely not taking an interest in me. Excellent. All right. So let's continue on upward.
All stop.
Yeah, still taking no real interest. And let's go investigate
Course
the port.
344. Returning to
Half
course.
speed ahead.
Of course, gotta be cautious of mines. Don't need that ending Guntram Babenberg's career. That would be a sad, sad way for this to end. Just want to make sure this guy is actually going to go under. I really can't see this ship surviving a hit
We
like
are in
that.
shallow waters, Captain.
But it doesn't seem to be sinking, so who knows? Okay, what have you got for me? You've got a freaking buoy going crazy over there. Potential submarine? I don't know. Let's investigate things though, shall we?
311.
Yeah, other than that boy going crazy, it appears that this port is sadly empty. That is certainly a letdown. Alright, well, let's head back out and make sure that destroyer we put a hole in is actually going to sink.
Escort sighted. Bearing 42.
Nope. Because I'm not really sure that it will. And that is just not good enough for us. Now, we do have
Fan the flag.
aircraft incoming. I'm not sure if they're not really in a position to do any attacking, and they are the Hurricanes. So I don't think they'll be providing much of a bother to us. We'll see though. And how far out? Still a ways, so we are just gonna sail along and then finish off that destroyer with the deck gun. Because it's rare that a U-boat is in a position
we are
like
in
this,
shallow waters, Captain.
where...
Aircraft spotted. Bearing 171.
Are they coming back around for another pass? Might be, actually. Let's not be stupid and ignore these hurricanes. No, they're not coming in for an attack run. So I'm going to assume we're going to be just fine. I know making assumptions never a good thing. Let's check this guy. Okay, so he is definitely going under. Oh yeah, this ship is sunk. Good! I was concerned. And it turns out my fears were misplaced. I should have had supreme confidence in my torpedo's ability to sink things. Alright, well, with this port pretty much cleared of any and all British ships, I think we're set.
Returning to course. New waypoint. Course 294. New waypoint. Course 2.
To return home to Lorient.
Shallow waters, Captain. New waypoint. Course 280.
Aircraft spotted. Bearing 102.
New
Repair-
waypoint.
Oh my
Course 294.
Are we done? Okay. We can return to Lorient, repair our U-boat, get some more renown and perhaps upgrades or something, and hopefully get ourselves a new mission, because we're in dire needs of actually helping out the Kriegsmarine. And right now we're just kind of, I mean, I guess we sunk 3 destroyers. That's going to be a fairly good help to the Kriegsmarine. And a Greek freighter, and a couple of torpedo boats. So it's not like we haven't done anything, but we haven't really done anything good for the war effort. Anyway, I'm rambling. We are going to be back when we get to port. See you guys in a bit. And we've returned. So let's go ahead and end our patrol.
All stop.
Indeed, all stop. All right. Let's go for a walk, shall we? You there.
Herr Cologne.
I need upgrades.
Sure. What do you want?
Basically,
Sure
I
thing.
just
What do you
need
have in mind?
torpedoes. So it's not really an upgrade, but, you know, torpedoes. Perfect.
All right. I'll have the meals loaded
Don't
onto
mind
your
me staring at your shoes, just making sure that you've polished them. I'm watching you. Captain Deadeyes.
Welcome back, Herr Cologne. Congratulations, Captain.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, have we got anything new? We do not have anything new. Still the same old, same old. It's September 25th. So that's a little bit annoying. Regardless, yeah. We're just gonna give it a good old save. Save the game. And we will have this, waiting for missions. Give it a good old-fashioned save, and we're going to end the video here for today. So, thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Check out our total ratings. Look at that. 520,000 tons sunk. Insanity. Absolute insanity. Anyway, guys, thumbs up if you've enjoyed. Leave your comments below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.